that is super. Write all that down, everything that you're learning, and then you can change workplaces. You can increase your salary. You know, you're increasing your value and worth to the next employer, and you don't have to wait for a 2% raise every year, you know, and a non-existent bonus type of thing. So you take this into your hands. Is this a calling for you? Do you feel you're being pulled to this career? That's the question. Or are you going after it because you think you're going to be paid $50,000 to $58,000 just because you asked for it? That's not going to happen. So I'm going to read you something. Believing that I have been created for a purpose, I commit to gaining clarity and formulating a plan of action, strategizing to enter this field, to find or create work that is meaningful, fulfilling, and profitable. And all are important. So answer these questions. What were you born to do? What is that calling for you? What would be the greatest contribution you can make to others? Write these down in your notebook and answer them. What do I really love to do? And by doing it, time just flies by. What is my unique, and I'll use this phrase, zone of genius? This is coming from, this term, zone of genius, is from Dan Miller. And I just love his books and his, you know, analysis of what we should be shooting for as if we're going to work as an employee. And you never know where this is going to lead, you know. So be open, be flexible here with your mindset. What is your particular zone of genius? Things that you know how to do and other people are just not good at. That's important to understand. What are the recurring themes that I am drawn to? So that's what I'm getting at. Are you drawn to this legal field? And for what reason? Why are you drawn to it? And how do I want to be remembered? What's your legacy? Not that you're ready to leave this earth, but what's your legacy? What are you looking at? How are you impacting others by going into this field? Now, remember, it's not about achieving status or power. And it's not about making the greatest income when you first start, because you have to earn the right to that. Yeah. And that means you gain experience, and then you raise your salary. Yeah. Instead of waiting for the employer. And sometimes that means leaving that place of employment and raising your salary yourself. Yeah. It's a whole different mindset shift. It's what I've done over 32 years. Is there security in any job? No. No. That's why the more you know, the more flexible you can be. I've had 3 different times where my job ended because an attorney left, the partnership split up, different scenarios. And I was like, okay, my attorney went to work for a government agency. I would have to take a pay cut to work there, and I could not afford that. Had to go to another law firm. And when that happened, I gave myself a huge raise. So I want you to keep your mind open about that. You make those choices, not the employer over you. Okay? And that will give you so much freedom here. All right, so let's ask some other questions. Who gave you your first job? What kind of job was it? How much money did you make? In looking at your life work so far, what has been of the greatest value or worth? And I will tell you that I had mentorships, people mentoring me, little, you know, like as a cashier in a supermarket, as a retail clerk in Willowbrook Mall in Wayne, New Jersey. And then I ended up going into working as a secretary, which is what I was trained to do, but couldn't land a job. Learned how. For a corporation, worked in Oklahoma at a corporation as an administrative assistant. And that's what pushed me into legal. It was the worst job I've ever held in my life. And it was the deal breaker for me as to I've got to make a decision. So everything, and it was a traumatic experience, let me tell you. But yet the greatest shift came after that. The sun came up, as my grandmother used to say, the sun will come out in the morning, Leslie, just keep going. I took her advice and just started applying. But what I teach you is always what jobs to apply for, what jobs not to apply for, and all of that, okay? I had a student message me. She just took my course, both courses in the bundle package, and she messaged me, gosh, 2 days ago. She just put herself out there and got 4 job offers. 3 were for, let's see, 2 were paralegal jobs, 1 legal assistant, the other one a different position, but still a decent position, okay? And this is amazing. Is that a promise? Is that what will happen to you? I don't promise anything. I don't guarantee anything. It's how hard you work and how hard you take how seriously you take advice, you know, and then go after it. And don't let fear or doubt and insecurity block your way. You've got to jump over those barriers. We all have to do that. We all had to do it. And it wasn't easy. But if you do it, there's incredible things that can happen, okay? But you have to do it the right way. And so she took the bull by the horns, so to speak, and just went after it. And that's what gives you results. And even if you're doubtful and fearful and you're emotional about it, that's okay. You just do it anyway and go after it. And that's what people do how they break down the barriers or push through them or go around them, is that they do it anyway in spite of fear, and the fear doesn't leave, you know. It's but then your confidence builds and squashes it. So have a great day. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to be doing some new things, intensives that will be free, like 1 hour one day, and then another 2 weeks later, another hour, that will teach you some things and do it a little bit differently than I've been doing, like videos every day and stuff. We're going to do intensives instead. And then also maybe once a month, a 3 to 5 day intensive, free for you. Okay. So have a great day. Stay tuned for more about those intensives. You'll see advertising coming up about them. And that's my learning curve. And join me in that, because it will be so valuable to your continual building of this entry into this really great career, and then in the area of law that you want to work in. Okay. And I'll teach you how to discover some of that and go and open your mind to possibilities. Okay. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.